Lots of contractors think shingle recycling is complicated and they wonder why would anybody do this. But actually, it's very straightforward. You handle the job just like you would any other. And the great news is 100% of the shingle gets recycled and it doesn't take any government grants. And when it's done right, everybody saves money. The roofer, the haul and dump, the paving company, everybody except for the landfill. It's just a little bit more labor on the job, and hey, it's like laundry. Separate darks and lights, so it's not hard to understand. And what about nails? That's the #1 most frequently asked question. It's a good question too because nobody wants to drive on nails. But the good news is you don't have to separate them out on the job. Powerful magnets on the grinder will pull them out. Interesting that they actually go through the grinder. The grinder can handle the nails and then the magnet picks them back out. So if you're looking for a recycler, it's easy to find one on shinglerecycling.org. This is something that can really make a difference to your customer. It can make a difference to your bottom line too. Sometimes on very large jobs, you could save thousands of dollars. You tear off the roof just like you would the normal way, nothing out of the ordinary. Have you used the Certified Green Roofer designation?
Actually, I use it all the time in my sales presentations. Customers really appreciate the fact that the stuff's not going into landfills and that we're actually taking the extra step to make sure that it's recycled. We bring it to places like Rastec, who've developed a technology that actually reuses the raw material in the shingles and puts it back into.
You clean up the material on the job in the normal way as well. Take it to the recycling yard. One of the great things about recycling yards is they're usually much cleaner. Lots of guys will tell me that you'll get many fewer flat tires when you're recycling. Just a nice side benefit. Normal dump. There's some trash in there, that's got to be pulled out. Recycle that trash separately. That can't go into pavement. It's a very common problem. People will come along and see a load of shingles and think they're trash. But hey, we got to tell them that's valuable, recyclable material. These are asbestos samples?
These are, yes. Everything that comes out, any kind of tar paper, any different color variation, anything, all got to be tested.
So I know in that roof we just visited, that fellow was a police officer.
Yes.
And he was interested in kind of your overall business. He wanted to make sure you weren't a fly-by-nighter and so forth.
Absolutely.
And did he get into the recycling at all?
He didn't have to, I did. Actually, that's part of my presentation. When I go to customers, I have it in my presentation folder. And I just let them know that recycling is something that we do. We're a green company. We're certified through GAF as a green company. And their shingles are not going to end up.
You ever had a roofer with a big project that was multi-layers or something like that bring in samples of the roof prior to the tear-off and see if it could be recycled?
We have had that, yes. Yep. We've had guys stop by just to make sure, and we've cleared it ahead of time, and that's actually a great way to go about it. But not everybody does that, so once it's dumped on the ground, we got to test it, every layer. And like I said, we've never had it on the front and underneath. What you can see back here.